I would just start by saying that I hope everybody realizes what an effort the guys in that locker room put in today. We're probably playing one of the best teams in the league. They may win the Supporter Shield, and if they do, congratulations to Sporting KC. But our guys came out and played with everything they had, and really executed a good game in that first half. Giving up that goal early in the second half changes everything. So we had to try to put everything we could to get back in the game. The hard part for us is a draw doesn't do us any good. And ultimately that was left us very vulnerable in the back, and Sporting KC capitalized on it. But draw didn't do us any good, loss didn't do us any good, so just had to really go after it. The other factor for me made it really difficult to play soccer is the wind. The wind was hard for both teams, especially going in the direction of the river. And it was really kind of impossible to put a ball where you wanted to if you weren't rolling at 5 and 10 yards on the ground.
John, since July 20th or so, you guys, the offense has dried up a lot. Only 9 goals, I think, in the last 14 games. Did something change from earlier in the summer when you guys were beating Columbus and New York and flying high and really looked to be one of the best teams in the conference?
I would say that the expectation changed. We were playing well, but we were probably exceeding people's expectations, and that probably gave everybody this idea that we were this high-flying team with the ability to beat some of those teams, and we were. At the same time, it's not like we changed much. You go on runs as a team where it's tough to get goals, and we certainly had a stretch, but to our credit, we recovered from that and put in some performances at the end that we had to. Unfortunately, it just wasn't good enough in the last 5 games.
John, what has to change?
Well, I think there's a lot of guys in that locker room who are going to be back here next year and are really going to have profited from this year and the experiences that this team has had. So it's hard for me to sit here and tell you guys that I think the future looks bright, but in fact, I really believe that it does. We have a couple pieces that we need to change, and we have some tough decisions in the off season, just like any other team. But I would look at it very optimistically because there's a lot of guys in that locker room that have great futures ahead of them, and I think our team is one that is building. We're getting better and better, and unfortunately, we're all going to be disappointed about that right now. But you look at it and you think there's a lot of pieces there that can be very good next year.
John, you can talk about the decision to start Antoine Hotel. What were you looking for him, and what did he provide in that role?
Yeah, we kind of said, look, we're going to go out in a 4-3-3. I think it surprised Kansas City. And to give Antoine that opportunity, we really thought we could maybe exploit his speed and have him stretch the defense, if you will. And that worked. There's some plays in there that Antoine, during regular games and training, he makes, and just didn't come off for him at times tonight. So that was the thinking. Looking back on it, the first half, I think we got exactly what we wanted out of it. We thought we would be able to get to, and if we didn't give up the long throw-in, in the second minute of the first half, bring on Jack McInerney, Sebastian Letou. We had a good bench today, especially in the attacking side.
Two more questions.
How hard is it to look back and just say, if we had done this game, this game? I mean, is that that's the tendency, and that's what I'm going to do. But I know for you, how hard is it to not do that?
It's hard, and it's hard because we know there were goals that we scored that were legit. People admit they're legit, and that's 6 points right there. We had 2 goals against us in the craziest amount of injury time ever. So maybe it's a season of what ifs. We have to take responsibility for that. I do believe that you kind of get those bounces back and forth. Doesn't feel like we got them this time. You know, but I can't, you know, I can't think about that much because we got to move on. You know, we got guys in the locker room who, again, have bright futures and will be really good in this league. And I believe we'll put this club and this team in a position to challenge for a championship someday.
John, last question. John, you've given Roger Torres and Cleverson in the last couple of weeks some real chances to show what they've got, to boost the attack, to do a lot of things. Your judgment of what they've contributed, and they are probably some of the guys who people will wonder whether they are going to be back next year.
Yeah, I think just dealing from Jose earned an opportunity. You know, he scores a great goal against Toronto, but we had a couple of injuries that really opened up that opportunity for him, and he did well with it. Not, you know, we didn't do well enough as a team. Roger really started coming on and pushing hard and had some really excellent training sessions in the last 3 weeks and deserved that chance. He gets an opportunity, you know, that maybe he wouldn't have gotten before. I'm happy for Roger and proud of the way he played both these last two games.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.